Hello, you guys. Today I wanted to do a podcast, so I'm doing it in the car today, and I'm doing it with video as well. So, make sure you go back. I'm just checking my surroundings while I'm sitting in the car, and I'm locking these doors. But make sure you go and check my previous 4 podcasts, and you can find them on Spotify. I don't know if I'm on iTunes yet, but Overcast, and there's a few other. It's a whole bunch of platforms I ain't never even heard of yet until I started dipping into the podcast. So I have what I want to say on my mind so bad that I can't even give the correct intro that I should be giving. So I probably will tape one and put it on the front of here, or whatever. But anyway, let's jump right back into it. So a couple days ago, I watched Lovely T, and she put up a video talking about, and she did a podcast with this boy named Desmond Amazing. Okay. Now this little boy is a drag kid. And this is actually a name for kids out here where they call them drag kids. Kids that I don't even know whether the kids are gay or not. I mean, they're very young. So I don't know whether that means that the kids are gay, but the kids are definitely dressing up in the opposite sex's clothes. Right? So with the boy Desmond Amazing, she started talking about how he was he was with a killer and all this so crazy. The boy stripping. Now I had seen some stuff about the little boy before, and I had looked into it, but not really too much. I was like, dang, that's messed up, and I just kept on going. So the other night I went back and I looked into it a little bit more, and the dude that was sitting on the couch, his name was Michael Eiley or something like that. And that man is a murderer, and he didn't just kill the guy who was his friend. They all were inside this club, I guess, that New York had back in the day. Club Kids, they call themselves, something like that. I should have had some stuff written down, but I ain't got no notebook. I'm in the car. So they was in this group called Club Kids, where I guess they would get invited to a whole bunch of parties for money and stuff like that. And back in the day, I went back and I watched some episodes. It's an episode online right now on YouTube where they went on I was gonna say Dr. Phil, not Dr. not Dr. Phil, but they went on to who was that? Donahue and Arsenio Hall. I know they went on, and I believe they went on Donahue as well. So Michael, he was the leader of this group, and the other guy, Alexander, his friend, he killed that man inside of an apartment, right? And then put not even allegedly, because he said it out his own mouth, and he put antifreeze, I believe it was antifreeze, inside his veins. And they claimed that they do drugs, in these parties and stuff. So, and they chopped the guy's body into a whole bunch of pieces and put them in the river up there. Then fast forward onto that, at first it was allegedly, right? So then I found an interview with this man, and the man said it himself. So Desmond Amazing's mom literally got her son with a man who was a self-proclaimed killer. He want to blame it on drugs, but no, you did that. I feel like it was intense emotion behind that to do all that he did. Yeah, probably worked up the courage through the drugs, but to be doing all of that, I just don't know how you gotta be. So then, wow. So the little boy is on the couch with this man, right? With the murderer in the background in the picture. He got Riffenol, and I guess it's some type of date rape drug. And when I tell you that that baby was sitting on the couch, to me, he looked at like, and other people who watch it, he looked like he was out of it. I'm talking about he was high as a kite. They got the baby in videos talking about drugs, ketamine. The baby talking about drugs I ain't never heard of. I don't know nothing about. So, and then the mama and the daddy look creepy. The daddy looks so creepy to me. My gosh. Wow. It got some ultra weird parents this little boy got. To let your baby get out here. Desmond Amazing be on stages. He goes on to clubs for men. Okay. Now, I don't know whether the little boy gay or not, but I think he knows. I think he knows that he is. And I think that, I mean, either way, I think he understands what it is. And I think that he thinks that that's what he is. Allegedly. Okay. Better put that in there. But I think he understands completely of that life that he's into, what that means, and kind of like what it is. How far that rabbit hole goes, now, we don't have no clue. We never talked to him. So, I seen the baby on stage. He's dancing. And then he stripped up out of his clothes, sashaying back and forth, getting money out of grown men's hands. Wow. Some of y'all out there, y'all are some of the sickest people that's living in America right now. It's like once one thing go through, once you have certain laws and once the culture gives credence to certain things, it's going to be a whole streamline and stuff that comes down the pipeline. Because America is basically pushing pedophilia. Because I don't think nobody else would have been able to get away with having a son sashay back and forth or daughter sashay back and forth, collecting money from anybody. And you should see how he collects the money. He dance up to him and while grown men sit and gawk at him. It's some weird, man, there's some weird stuff. It's like, it's scary. It's scary. And that mama, she's sitting there passing her child through the fire. Because it's a lot, and then there's a lot of Christians too. Some of y'all want to go along to get along with some of this stuff that's going on out of here. But it's like this. The Most High said what he said. It is what it is. It don't matter who like it or not. I really don't care who like it or not. It is what it is. If he said this ain't supposed to be happening, this ain't supposed to be happening. Period. And we not going to have nothing but problems once it do start happening. Because everything else is going to be affected. And when people say stuff like, well, what you eat don't make me use the bathroom. Well, no, it does. Because if the Most High decides that sins have reached a point to the heavens or the Shamayim, if they've reached that point and he has to come out the sky, guess what? That affects me. I ain't ready for him to come down here. That affects everybody. But that's because everybody going along to get along, because they wouldn't be able to push certain narratives if everybody wasn't going along with it. They don't get no pushback over nothing. No, you can sit here and watch debates all day long between people that's about to become presidents, politicians all day. They ain't never talking about none of the stuff that really makes a difference down here. They ain't gonna talk about no pedophilia. They ain't gonna talk about this food. They ain't gonna talk about this rotten water. They ain't gonna talk about this dirty soil. They ain't gonna talk about them chemtrails. They ain't gonna talk about no GMO. They'll tell you, well, we gonna get you some health insurance. Health insurance? I don't need to be sick because it shouldn't be no GMO. How about the root of the problem? They always want to come to you talking about the solution to a problem that they started. That's just crazy to me. It's getting real sick around here. And that's what delusion lead to. To where a point, it's going to be a point to where pedophilia just get accepted. Where